Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 10th, 2024, and more details of the Nike contract have been revealed in the letter that the board of directors have sent to their socios. Also, Barcelona could miss out on Kvaratskhelia as it looks like he is going to renew with Napoli. And finally, Barcelona could also miss out on Jonathan David as Tottenham Hotspur are pressuring the Canadian to sign a pre-agreement with the Premier League club. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Now begin this video with the news that Ronald Araujo has announced his return in a video that he posted on his social media accounts, where it's images of him, training, kind of like recovering from his injury, and finally ends with him putting the Barcelona jersey and looking at the camera and saying, "I am back." Of course, I cannot play this video for copyrights infringement, but if you haven't seen it yet, go to Araujo's social media accounts, watch it. But the Uruguayan announcing his return. Of course, he has traveled to Dortmund with the team, and I have to say I'm very excited to have Araujo back because I've missed his strength, his presence in the back line. I've also missed his leadership, because Araujo not only is an exceptional defender, he's also a leader. That's why he has been selected to be a captain. So really good news on that front with Araujo being back, and also good news for Kvaratskhelia and Inigo, who will finally have someone to rotate with them so they can get some very much needed rest. Now Araujo has been injured since July 6th when he got injured in the Copa America, and as a result, FIFA have paid Barcelona a total of 2.6 million euros due to Araujo's injury as part of this program where FIFA reimburses clubs when their players get injured during international competitions. And alongside the reimbursement that Barcelona have received for both Gabi and Pedri, alongside Araujo of course, the total comes out to 9 million euros that FIFA have had to pay Barcelona. Now more news, because ladies and gentlemen, the board of directors have sent a letter to their socios announcing more details of the Nike deal. But before I discuss those details, I gotta remind you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment, because that helps the channel continue to grow. And now let's back to the news, because as you know, Barcelona did sign a new agreement with Nike, extending it by 10 more years past its expiration of 2028. And as you know, there's an upcoming General Assembly where the board of directors will present the details of the Nike deal to the club socios so they can vote on it to approve it. And while ahead of that General Assembly, the board of directors have sent a letter to their socios revealing more details of this Nike deal. And these are details that were not known before, which let's look at what they are. Now, for starters, the agreement ensures a substantial increase in sponsorship income, which includes a signing bonus, a fixed sponsorship fee, and a performance-based bonuses, a link to the team's achievements. Of course, we've talked about this. The signing bonus is around 100 to 150 million euros. The fixed sponsorship fee is around, they're saying 100 million per season. And of course, performance-based bonuses, where the better the team does, the more trophies they win, the more money they get every season. And over time, the sponsorship value is expected to grow, targeting a 10 to 15% reevaluation. This financial boost will play a key role in supporting Barcelona's long-term project. What does that mean? Well, more money for the club means that the club can, of course, do more things like sign more players and things like that. But that's not all. The agreement will also another major focus of this agreement is promoting equality and advancing women's sports. Both organizations have committed to providing equal bonuses for the men's and women's teams based on their success in competition. And well, looking at this, it looks like the women are going to be getting a lot of bonuses, because the Barca Femini have been 10 times more successful than the men's. But it's good to see that both men and women will be getting important bonuses, which will help that investment in both teams, which will only mean improvement of both teams. Now, another point of this agreement is that a new model for product exploitation will be introduced. Nike will have exclusive rights to technical products, while Barcelona will retain control over items marketed under the Barca brand. This approach will allow the club to implement a global strategy for its branded merchandise, ensuring broader reach and profitability. Now, this is very important because this was a contentious point where Barcelona wanted to retain control of BLM, which is the Barca licensing merchandising, where Barcelona create, aside from the Nike products, like jerseys and sweaters and jackets, they also create their own products like memorabilia and anniversary things. So they're going to be able to retain that, and they're going to be able to continue selling that. So that's very important. It looks like Nike have not succeeded in taking control over BLM, but that's not all. There is more, because the agreement also restructures product licensing to maximize royalties. By refining the licensing model, the club aims to secure earnings that go beyond the minimum guaranteed amount. And finally, Barcelona will regain control over the retail operations, including e-commerce activities on a global scale. This move is expected to significantly enhance the club's revenue from merchandise sales. So really good things in this contract. Not only will Barcelona make a lot of money from the annual sponsorship fee, from the signing bonus, from the bonuses they're going to get for improved performance, but they're also going to increase their money as far as their merchandise, retaining control of BLM, retaining control over their e-commerce and their retail operations, which only means more profit for Barcelona. So definitely a good deal that Joan Laporta has been able to negotiate, and I'm glad it took this long, because remember, Nike were offering worse terms, and everybody was like, when is Barcelona going to sign him? When is Barcelona going to sign him? We need to reach the 1-1. Well, I'm glad that we didn't reach the 1-1, and Laporta took his sweet time to negotiate this, because it looks like this was an absolute win. And now more news, because ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona could end up missing out on the signing of Kvaratskhelia. Now it looks like Napoli are ceding to Kvaratskhelia's demand. Of course, Kvaratskhelia is looking to increase his salary because he only earns around 1.2 million euros. He also wanted his release clause reduced from 130 million to 80 million euros to make it more feasible for other clubs to sign him in the future, something that Napoli did not want to agree on, and as such, they have reached an impasse, and it looked like Kvaratskhelia was going to leave, but now they're saying that Napoli is ceding to these demands. They're willing to triple Kvaratskhelia's salary. They're willing to reduce the release clause to 80 million euros in exchange for Kvaratskhelia signing until 2029. And they're saying that the Georgian attacker will be signing this renewal in the upcoming weeks, which of course, if it happens, that completely closes the door at any possibility for Barcelona to sign him. But that's not all, because it looks like Jonathan David, he too could be slipping away from Barcelona, because Tottenham Hotspur have made a lucrative offer to the Canadian, whose contract expires at the end of the season, and he's not going to be renewing with Lille. And Tottenham are pressuring Jonathan David to sign a pre-agreement come this January, because when your contract is expiring, you can sign a pre-agreement starting January. And Jonathan David would like to come to Barcelona, and he's willing to wait for Barcelona to sign him. However, he's not going to wait forever. So if Barcelona don't make a move soon, Jonathan David could end up signing with Tottenham Hotspur. And of course, Barcelona still have their doubts about Jonathan David. They're not sure whether he would fit in a Barcelona scheme of play, because one big concern for Deco and Flick is that Jonathan David only knows how to operate in big spaces in Barcelona, and that's something that Barcelona a lot of times don't have, because they do play against a lot of teams that defend with a low block or park the bus. So if Jonathan David cannot move in tight spaces, that of course is a problem for Barcelona. So Barcelona still not making a move because they have doubts, and it looks like time is running out as Tottenham Hotspur are putting pressure on the Canadian. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did do another video earlier today about the Hansi Flick's press conference, so make sure you check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, peace, Kvaratskhelia.